was thinking about something today. I was thinking about the Wizards season. I was thinking about how disappointing it was. AFC, first round knockout. And I was seeing the common occurrence. You know, I look on Wizards blog sites and all that. And from the fans, not every fan of course, but from a decent amount of fans, it seemed like a lot of people have turned on John Wall. Not even say turned, have soured on him. I should say that. You know, you hear way more, the talks are way more louder for the fans about trading John Wall and things like that. And John isn't this and John isn't that. You had the whole everybody eats period for the Wizards. Lord, that was bad. You had the feud with Gortat. And then questions about John Wall leadership started coming into play, which I will admit he can be a better leader. I will say that. But my main issue is I feel like John Wall gets held to a way different standard than any other player on the team. Now, John Wall gets a lot of blame for things. They may even get more blame. He may even get more blame than the front office for the team they assembled around him. In my opinion. Now you look at somebody like Otto Porter. You know, a lot of people feel like Otto Porter is very underrated, which I can say he is, but he's on a max contract. And there are multiple periods in time where Otto Porter can disappear in games, but who gets the blame for Otto Porter's disappearance act? John Wall. Sometimes I can even say Bradley Beal. People say John Wall potentially is holding Otto Porter back because John Wall has the ball so much and his usage is so high and all this and all that, and ISO ball and whatnot. And I never really hear Otto Porter being held accountable for his own game. It seems like it's always an issue with John Wall, and John Wall is the reason for this, or John Wall is the reason Otto isn't this, or Otto isn't that. I mean, I just feel like that's kind of unfair to pin that on John Wall and not hold Otto Porter accountable, because he is a max player. So as a max player, he should be able to hold his own weight. He should not be, attached to his production should not just be single-handedly attached to John Wall and what John Wall does. Bradley Beal's a max player, but Bradley Beal, he handled his own. He can handle his own. He did very good this past season when John Wall was hurt. Now, Otto Porter, I mean, he had a pretty good game against the Warriors. That was kind of a very good game. When they was playing at Golden State, Bradley Beal got ejected from the game through the scrap with Draymond. And Otto Porter kind of turned up that game. But you rarely see things like that from him. Now, he may have very good games. He's a very efficient player. But most of the time, it's kind of like a disappearing thing. In the playoffs, it's noticeable. Now, my issue is, why is John Wall blamed so much because of Otto's lack of production? It makes no sense to me. Why is John Wall blamed for creating locker room drama, or not even creating, or being the issue in the locker room and not Marcin Gortat? Why is it? Because apparently only person I've heard talk down on John Wall is JJ Barea. I mean, who cares about him? And I'm sure Marcin Gortat has just as much to do with the locker room beef between them as John Wall. But people don't really blame Gortat like that. They look at John Wall. But as I said before, maybe that goes into a whole leadership thing with John, and John has to be a leader and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine and dandy. Now, we look at why hasn't John led the team to this or that or this. Game 7 against Boston, John Wall scored 0 points in the last minutes of the fourth or something like that. Well, you got to look at it like this. Let's get into context. The bench scored 5 points that whole game. And whose fault is that? That's not John Wall's fault. That's the front office's fault. You got to look at the people building the team around him. I mean, let's get serious here. What player outside of maybe LeBron James can literally only have 5 points scored from their bench total and still win the game? Playing almost all of the minutes in the game and have all this energy left in the fourth quarter. People are human, man. They're going to get tired. But of course, not even saying Wizards fans at this point, but of course people will look at John and say, oh, he was 0 for whatever in game 7 in the fourth quarter and whatnot. But my whole point is, I just feel like there's a lot of unfairness and scrutiny that's coming towards John Wall's way when it's not equally shared upon other players on the team. It's kind of disappointing to me, and I just don't really understand it. Maybe some people just want John off the team. Maybe some people just feel like the Wizards will be better if he's off the team. Now, this is not to say if you honestly believe the Wizards can be better with John off the team, okay, that's your opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I just feel like John Wall, he just takes a lot of blame for certain things that the front office, etc., does on this team. Message over.